Welcome to Granny Horse Training. This is just a few minutes of Lacey and Sugar Babe. I don't usually keep this water filled up. Lacey and Sugar Babe drinking together out of the water bucket. They have a big water down by the barn. I don't usually fill this little one up because if it's full, Lacey likes to play in it, and she just paws and paws and paws till she paws all the water out. So she loves water. Maybe someday she'll get over to the ponds on our property, but right now she's just drinking up. We got done with the lessons today. She had all the food she can take. Yeah, she's kind of fat. She's got that equine metabolic syndrome, and I'm afraid she has the leptin resistance too, because unlike Sugar Babe and Babette, who actually stop eating, I've noticed that Lacey just doesn't stop eating. She doesn't stop eating at the hay bags voluntarily. She'll leave sometimes because the other two will leave the barn, but that's not a very good warning for her, and it's going to be very hard to keep her weight under control. It's out of control, really, and do the training. With the clicker training, the positive reinforcement involves food. She's just getting alfalfa leaves, but you know, that's food, and anything I give her will be food. And she have to have something high value enough that they're interested in eating and working for, and that generally is going to be more than just plain hay. She did work for a little while with some special hay, but then she didn't grass hay, but then she didn't like that. So I may get some bales of hay that are better quality of just grass hay that maybe she might like, and be able to switch to that. But still, calories are calories, and they keep taking them in. And yeah, there's a reason the wild horses look great out in the range, because there's hardly anything to eat, and that's what they need, hardly anything to eat. But they're also trickle feeders, so they need to be constantly eating something all day long. But the best I can do is to fill the slow feed hay bags. But even that, you know, if you let them go empty, then they get their empty stomach, they get ulcers, etc. So you're supposed to have full feed on the slow feed hay bags. And if I give too little food, her and Sugar Babe will fight. And then of course Babette won't get anything either. They'll keep her off of food. So it's always a dilemma. And unless Lacey was kept by herself, I really wouldn't be able to regulate her food down that much and get into like weighing the hay, which I sometimes have to suggest to people to weigh the hay for their metabolic horses and only feed so much, because even that becomes too many calories. Yeah. So, wow, I can't believe how much she's drinking. Yeah. Another sign of metabolic disorders are polydipsia, that's too much drinking, and polyuria, too much peeing. Sometimes I've been thinking that Lacey drinks a little too much, so that's another sign of possibly this metabolic syndrome with her and insulin resistance. And she's only 3 years old. Think about that. She's only 3 years old. Her feet are perfect. There are no lines. She's not getting too many sugars. The insulin level isn't high enough to cause her to go into laminitis. So even though she's fat, that is obviously being controlled, hopefully being controlled. But she has all the other signs. So if she was left to go out on pasture, she would start going into laminitis. She's one of those horses I don't think will be able to graze anymore now that she's an adult size. I mean, she's not fully grown, but she's an adult. Her metabolism's slowing down. She's not in the rapid growth phase anymore of her life, and she's not pregnant. If she was pregnant and lactating, that would allow her to graze. But I'm certainly not going to breed any more horses with the number of unwanted horses there are, huh, Lacey? No, we won't. We won't breed horses, will we? Even though you'd probably make a cute little baby, wouldn't you? So, thanks for watching. More of the story of Lacey. Bye now.